Do not stop sponsoring people till you're at least 21 seniors or above in your width. 21 seniors or above in your width. Okay? That sounds harsh, doesn't it? That's just the way it is. We know that the average platinum distributor in this company has sponsored at least 21 people at first level, at senior or above. That's an average. So if you want to get there, that's what it's going to take to do it. So now you got these 10 wellness consultants. You got 20,000 points at least. The average silver distributor takes from 1 to 12 months. So you know if there's a time frame there. Some longer, some shorter as an average. Okay, there's no guarantee of that, but that's what that number generally is. And the first check is generally about $1,800 to $2,500. Now the challenge is that, and most silvers in the room will attest, their second check doesn't do that. You know, why? Because all they've done literally is load the guns. Everybody's got their guns loaded now. They've got the demo career packs and some extra product to load and things like that, but they're not firing yet. And so what happens in the second month, if you don't keep up that effort, your check will drop. And when I'm sitting down with somebody, I'm telling them that. I'm going to tell them the truth. That's what happens. First month, second month. Unless you go out and duplicate this again and again and again, which you're going to do over time. Now let's see what happens. This is pretty exciting. That's what a silver is, okay? Now I know there's a 4-month way to do it, but I'm not going to teach it or I'm not going to talk about it. I do not have enough hours in the day to go through all that. I know that right now, still 80–90% of all silvers are broken in 1 month. And so that's still the majority of people. If you're going to take more time to do it for whatever reason, I'm okay with it, but that's not what I'm teaching today. I'm talking about 1 month. Okay? Now, let's see what happens with these 10 people. The same law applies. 1/3 of these people, about 3, will just flat out quit. About 3 of these people will do what I call play with it. They'll be there forever. They're going to say they're going to do it, and they never do. They just kind of drive you crazy type people. I know nobody has anybody like that in that room. Everybody's probably totally active, right? So that's the way that works. And then the other 3, well, now this is very important. Listen carefully. We'll do it to the extent that you do it. So duplication is very, very important here. All right? They'll do it to the extent you do it. So let's take this number 10 and say that 3 people under you now have duplicated over time the effort that you do. We focus in on them. We say, hey, can you put us in front of 30 people? And these are the people that can and do and will and have, okay? And so now you've got 3 people under you that put 30 people through the process over time. And over that time period, you've now got 3 silvers yourself. And now what that equals out is a gold wellness consultant. We don't know. The time frame there is usually somewhere between 12 months to 36 months. It just varies. You know, it's just an average. It takes some people longer than others. I've seen it take longer, and I've seen it take shorter. But that's an average 12 to 36 months. When you first get to gold, your check's going to be somewhere between $2,000 to $4,000. It also will not stay there. Why? Because you built it with silvers. And silvers are inherently weak. Okay? The businesses aren't big enough. They're not weak people necessarily, but the business isn't strong enough to maintain itself yet. And so what happens here, the law of thirds says 1/3 of these people, one of these is going to quit, one's going to come slow, be there forever, but not do a whole lot, and one's going to be as strong as you are. So now you've got gold is certainly a strong position, much stronger than silver, because you got more people in there, and it's starting to solidify. Started to. Okay? But now let's come back up here to the top and put you now in front of 30 more for yourself. We'll really focus in there. It really doesn't go in segments like this, but it's easier to draw out this way. I want you to just think about keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay? Now you've got 60 people through the whole process yourself. They've looked at the business, they've looked at the products, they're making decisions. Now you've got 10 more people that said no. Now you've got 20 people that said no. Now you've got 20 customers. Treated well, 20 customers creates a heck of a product base for you if you do it right. And then you have 20 total wellness consultants. You just doubled all these numbers. And over here, what you find out of the next 10, I'm going to go kind of quickly here, but out of the next 10, you're going to find the same result pretty much. You're going to find 3 distributors that quit, 3 distributors that come slow, and 3 that duplicate to the extent that you do. So now, I don't have room on this little board to draw. This is all wide, okay? Now you've got 3 more for yourself that will be willing to put you in front of 30 people and go silver over time. Now, if you're new, pay attention. If you're in the business for a while, you already know what happens here. You now have 6 people that you sponsored out of 20, okay, that have become silvers. That makes you a platinum. That process is generally going to take 24 to 48 months on average. Okay? You can do it quicker. You can do it slower. Up to you. We did it in 2 months. We thought 2 months was better. You know? It worked out better. You know? And the average check when you first get there is going to be somewhere between 3,000 to 8,000. Now, again, it probably won't stay there. It probably won't maintain steadily as you would like to have it stay there because you have all these silvers. And the bottom line says is that about a third of these, 2 of these people will probably quit. 2 of these people will become slow, and 2 will be very, very strong. So what most platinums are basically really strong golds. Now, that's generally what a platinum looks like until some of these silvers break out into be golds. And when they're golds, then you've got a pretty solid platinum ship at that point. So that's what a platinum looks like. Now let's keep going here. Now, by the way, when you're sitting down with the person, it's very, very important that don't blow their minds with necessarily big numbers. If somebody's making $3,000 a month, they can generally see double what they make. If somebody's making $3,000, they can see $6,000. They probably can't see $100,000 a month. It just doesn't make sense to them. And so don't get carried away. So if an extra $3,000 or $4,000 a month, if they're making 2, this is probably where I would stop. Okay? If they're making 10, we're going to keep going. Let's see what happens when they go one more group for themselves up here at the top, see 30 more. Now you see 90 people through the whole thing. They've seen the business, they've seen the product, the whole thing now. Now you've got 30 people that said no. Now you've got 30 people that are customers. Now you've got 30 people that are wellness consultants. But out of that next group of 10, pretty much the same thing will happen. I'd like to say we get better and better and better at it, and we get numbers that go up, and they generally don't. Okay? So what you have here is another 3 that'll quit, another 3 that'll go slow, another 3 that'll duplicate what you've done, okay, and are doing. So let's see what happens now when you got 3 more people. That's why we're going to do this in a PowerPoint, because you get sloppy. Okay? And so here you go. Now, see how sloppy my triangles get? Another 30 people for each of these people. Now, these are all first level, okay? It's just not wide, they're just stacked here. So now you've got 9 people that have done silver or above. And remember what I said? It was very, very key. I said they will duplicate to the extent that you duplicate. Very, very important, because now you've got enough numbers in here, in silvers, that about a third of these will quit, about a third will come slow, but about a third of these people will duplicate what you did, and that was go platinum. 3 platinums then makes you a diamond. Okay? That's what a diamond looks like. Diamond wellness consultant looks like that. All right? Now, to get the diamond, you know, it's going to be on the low side of 5,000, high side 15,000 per month. And it's a much stronger position than is a platinum or a gold. Much stronger. And over time, as that matures, it should mature out into 20, 25,000 a month very regularly for you on an ongoing basis. And that's why most people get involved in this business, because good residual income. And that's what that's all about. So now if I've got a guy who's making 10,000 a month, we're talking about him going diamond. But if he wants to make 20, if he sees double that, we're going to go one step further. I do it in segments like that so you can see where you can go, where you can stop. You can stop at gold if you have to, or platinum if you have to, diamond, royal diamond, whatever. But let's go see 30 more for yourself. Now you've seen 120 people through the whole process. They've looked at the business, looked at the product, the whole thing. They're making decisions. Now you've got 4 sets of these people. You got 40 people now that said no. You got 40 customers. By the way, you got 40 customers. If you treat those people well, that's a nice customer base for you done well. And then 40 people that you've sponsored as wellness consultants. Okay, 40 in WIP. I'm talking senior or above here, okay? So 40 people in your WIP. Now, the bottom line is, same thing's going to happen. Out of that next 10 group, about 3 are going to quit, 3 are going to come slow, 3 will do it to the extent you did it. So let's draw one more group of people here. Get those triangles drawn, focus in on them, get them to silver, see 30 people with them. Okay? Now it's interesting to draw it out this way because I want this new person to see there's work to do. This isn't just going to happen. We've seen 120 people for ourselves, probably talked to 300 or 400 to do that, right? We've got, what is it, 12 people times 30, 360 more people seen with you to get that done. There's probably been over 1,000 people talked to get this done, at least. And so there's some work to do, and I want that new person to see there's work, but I also want them to know that it's fun work and that there's a result at the end. Now again, you see that about a third of these might quit, a third of these probably come slow, and a third of these would duplicate what you did. That's go diamond. When that happens, now you've got 4 diamonds. That would make you a royal diamond. And a royal diamond income at the very, very beginning might be as low as 15, as high as 30, averaging much higher than that. But I want to be totally realistic with everybody all the way through this little presentation here, because I want them to know that it isn't necessarily going to be 100 grand a month when you get royal diamond. After it matures, it will be probably, but it takes some time to mature that organization over time. And so that's how I show the marketing plan to somebody, the compensation plan, because I want them to see there's work to do, I want them to see there's a result, I want them to see time. And so, with the bottom line is, it takes work. There it is. That's how we're going to get done. That's how we're going to get this thing on the road. Now, if I want to bring out the compensation plan from the company's perspective and show them the colors and the charts and walk through, this will make more sense. But I want to start as a silver, then go to gold, go to platinum, go to diamond, go to royal diamond. It's just little increments of 30. And that is really the reality of the whole thing. So, in conclusion, I hope that makes some sense. We have taken some time here this morning, and I want to make sure that, you know, from the bottom of my heart, I think this is the absolute greatest opportunity in the history of the world. We are just getting started here. People say, gee, I got to go to Russia, I got to go here. No, you don't. It's in your backyard. You know, Lead the Field is a great story about the acres of diamonds. The guy sold his diamond mine to somebody else to go in search of diamonds. He had it in his own backyard the whole time. Just didn't look there. And so we can, you know, do we want to have an international business that's big? Absolutely. Where do we start it? We start it right here in our own backyard, wherever that may be.